I'm Evgeny Semichuk, and today my guest is Pablo Querido from IVR company. Hi, Pablo. How are
Hi.
you?
Hi again. I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for your agreeing to this meeting, for this conversation, for this interview. And when I prepare this interview, I checked your profile in LinkedIn and I found that you work in this company 20 years. It's a longer time. And as I think you know this company very well. Can you make some little presentation of IVR company?
Yeah, sure. Time goes by. 20 years sounds too much, but it's the reality. As a matter of fact, the fact I'm here for 20 years, even if I don't feel it, it means that I'm very happy with my position and with the company.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the company, IVR actually was established in 1973, so this year it will be 50 years the jubilee, and it's quite a result to achieve in this kind of business. IVR in 1973 started as purely as a ball valve manufacturer. That was the core business. It is today true, even though the company has changed completely, it's widened the product portfolio and the presence worldwide. Let's say IVR's core business was ball valves. So the IVR, just to give you an idea, the IVR 45 model was the first ball valve to be approved by British Gas. So it goes back a long time ago, but it already shows how professional the approach was on the production of ball valves.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for the first 2 decades, I would say, ball valve manufacturing was the only and unique manufacturing process that the company was dedicated to. It was dedicated all the efforts to improve both on volume and on quality and on wideness of range of the ball valve production. Over the last 20 years, I think I'm comfortable to say that there have been a lot of investment in a lot of other products. Ball valves are still our core business. A big part of the sales is still generated by ball valves, but together with that, we have increased a lot our range. So, yeah, that's the situation.
Oh, okay.
Actually, in the 20 years ago, just to give you an idea, the company was still focused only on 10, 15 foreign markets, exports to 10, 15 countries. Now it's up to 60 countries and constantly growing. We have a global presence. We have set up branches in several markets. The last year we actually set up a new company in USA, so we are very confident that will bring good results soon.
Regarding IVR assortment, when I checked it, I saw a lot of ball valves, as you said, and some big part of ball valves of two-way, three-way, four-way ball valves. IVR is a leader of this segment of market, or not?
I would say IVR is surely among the major manufacturers and one of the leaders, especially if we talk about Italian or European production. When we talk about ball valves, it sounds like one group, but the applications are so many that it is really a big world, let's say. Regarding the applications, IVR has both gas valves and water valves, let's say water applications. The level of quality that we offer for water and gas is confirmed by the approval of water and gas that we have obtained in all the major markets. We've recognized certification bodies appreciated by and recognized by all the major authorities and countries. I would say we can be considered also leaders because big international groups, industrial groups have asked us to produce for them. So we are also, the fact they are coming to us means we have both the capacity, the expertise, and the competitiveness to be a global player. So I would say, yes, we have it indeed. We can be considered as market leaders in this product.
And be back to usual ball valves. IVR has I don't remember exactly, maybe more than 10 types or 10 models series of usual ball valves. Why IVR has a lot of models?
Well, as I said before, the applications are many, the countries are many. Each region, each country has a specific specification body. So, I mean, in America, for example, you need a certain amount of thread, a certain quality of brass. In Scandinavia, you need another quality of brass. If we talk about applications, think about the domestic non-specified installation where the manufacturer is not the weight of the valve, but just the price. So you have to be competitive for that scenario. And on the other side, think about a hospital that needs to bring some oxygen to each bed, where safety and quality are the main issues of certification. So you need to create a product which is appropriate for each market segment, both for application reasons and for certification reasons. That's why we would like to have one unique valve, but it's not possible. That's what makes the full valve business interesting, actually.
It's from one side, it's simple business, but from other side, it's very, very hard. Because I think you have a lot of prices bottles in different countries with different competitors, I think. Next question about novelties. Is it difficult or easy create a new product in IVR?
So now we spoke about ball valves, which are our core business, but I would say are nowadays maybe a bit more than 50%, but we are balancing our portfolio of products a lot. And the main investments and novelties are not actually for the ball valve, not only for the ball valve, but we are continuously expanding our range and we are focusing on especially heating solutions. Let's say last year the biggest novelty was the introduction in our catalog of a whole new range of products related to digital hydronic balancing. So so not traditional balancing with a traditional balancing valve that is regulated either statically or dynamically the pressure in a system. We're talking about digital technology applied to heating installations, both new installations and retrofitting the balancing solution. This is surely a new technology that it will replace a lot of the traditional balancing solutions. That's what I say it's going to be quite a shock on the market in the coming years.
As I know, IVR have two direction of business. It's like IVR brand and like OEM producers. What is a bigger part of your business, OEM or IVR brand?
Nowadays, 70% of the sales are under the IVR brand. We are proud of pushing our brand, of bringing it to the market. It's our goal, obviously, because we are in control of our brand and we like to increase the perception of our brand on the market. On the other hand, we're also very proud that huge, big, famous names are IVR put their brand on IVR manufactured products. Obviously, when you have prestigious names on your product, it is also bringing a great benefit to the reputation of IVR manufactured products. So the two things are not in competition. Prestigious private label or OEM business brings huge benefits to IVR as a manufacturer and also as a. So we don't discriminate. We are happy to cooperate with famous brands because this helps us push our IVR brand too. So the two things are growing in parallel. One helps the other.
I know in Ukraine you have one partner like UAM, HeatPex, and you produce for them ball valves. You started maybe 1 or 2 years ago. How is going this business in Ukraine? Are you happy for this cooperation?
Well, actually, we just recently had a meeting with the owner of HeatPex. We are happy because it's not only based on ball valves. There's a very wide range of products. We have radiator valves. Actually, we didn't speak about how wide the product portfolio is. Today, manifolds, stainless steel manifolds, and radiator valves, and thermostatic heads together with the valves are growing faster than the whole company is growing. So the share of this product is growing faster. And actually, the possibility to give a wide range of products, a private label customer or OEM customer, is one of our strong points. Actually, it helps us a lot developing business. We expect this company HeatPex to grow in the market because they are just at the beginning of their challenge on the valve market. They already have their own pipes and fittings, but they have to complete the range to be a real big player on the market.
Next month, in March, in Frankfurt will be held the ISH exhibitions. What is your expectation of this fair, of this exhibition? It's first offline ISH from 2019.
Well, we will not participate with our own stand in ISH. We will be visiting. We already have maybe too many meetings planned. So it's not going to be me and my colleagues in sales office will all be present at the event. But as an international event, we focus on Milano, MC Milan.
Okay.
It was this year we had a great exhibition with a very successful exhibition in July, which was a bit of a surprise because it's never been held in July. So it was a new experience and it was very positive. During the odd years when ISH takes place, now we are choosing to participate to regional exhibitions. This year, IVR participated to Atlanta in USA.
Yes.
We plan to be in Dubai in big competitions. Probably in other exhibitions like Almaty in Central Asia, which is also a developing area, maybe in Tashkent, in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania. So each continent has a venue. Now, it's not going to be continuous. We're going to explore a lot in every odd year when Milan is not taking place.
Okay. What is your most perspective foreign market? Maybe USA or Asia or other?
Well, if we talk about new markets, obviously we are expecting a lot from USA because it's a new market, right? Let me explain. It was IVR's biggest market in the 80s and 90s, in the 90s. Then for several geopolitical reasons, when the dollar was very weak against the euro, the American market weakened for us. So we focused on other markets. But now we are restarting. We have the know-how and we already hired people who have experience on that market. So that's where we expect growth. On the other hand, we are developing a lot of new products for our traditional markets, which are basically all the European markets. Especially, we have started some interesting industrial cooperations with big names that I cannot name now, of course, but we expect to have a lot of OEM business coming on.
Okay. What is, in your opinion, what is the future or wallet market? Maybe some changes of products, maybe some changing of distribution moments, points. What is your view of maybe next 2-3 years?
The view of the market is very, very positive because there have been huge investments by European Union and by governments in general for energy efficiency, so reduction of the carbon emissions. So all the heating installations, most of them will have to be renovated. This is both two aspects. There will be new solutions like the one I explained before, hydraulic digital batteries, which will bring benefits on new and existing installations. But it also means new pipe work, new installations have to be put in place because you need new systems, new efficient systems, new buildings. So this, even though it's new installation, it always requires traditional pipe work and valves. So we expect growth in general to be very, very spread all over, actually.
Your company and the most of Italian company made a good job for maybe last 30-40 years and created the label made in Italy. As products made in Italy is well known in every whole world. As when you buy made in Italy products, it's very good quality products. And my question about next, for example, if I take IVR valves and other Italian manufactured valves, what is the main difference, or it's the same?
I have to say, in general, Italian manufacturers have to compete. So if they are still on the market, it means they have a good product. Otherwise, they would not be able to survive on the market. It's a very competitive market. Given that fact, each company has a unique production and business model. It is related to quality, competitiveness, to let's say also the ability of the company to present itself on the market, to be flexible, to take care of its own customers. So I would say the level of quality of the product is rather high in Italy. It's rather high everywhere. Otherwise, nowadays you would not be able to sell. You have to guarantee your product, and therefore the level in general in Italy is very high. Then you have to compete against very, very well organized companies. So this is pushing us to invest further in new machinery, new technology, and competitive solutions, because at the end of the day, you have to have also a competitive price, and that's what we constantly work on.
Okay. My next question about one interesting point. If we take any products from any manufacturer, some products, it's not only item, it's products plus marketing instrument tools. What kind of marketing tools do IVR make for sales, for help with sales in your company?
Well, each market and each company is quite different. For example, we have some customers who want us to help them participate to exhibitions, so we give them support for a stand, very traditional. Other companies, for example, here in Italy, we do several promotions, like we have some prizes. If the customers are loyal and they achieve certain results, they get some gifts. For example, this is just an example. So we have to adapt the different scenarios. OEM customers, they don't really care about marketing because they take care of their own brand themselves. So on one side, that is also convenient for us because we can dedicate our time to the production and not to marketing. That helps us also because so I would say we are flexible on that point of view. It depends which customer what the customers require. I cannot say we have a global strategy on marketing.
Okay, and maybe last questions about you much about topic of efficiency. That in future efficiency will be a very important point. How efficiency affected on IVR range? Maybe you include some automatic items, maybe some controllers. And maybe you have some plans to add it to your range, some automatic products.
Well, let's say the products I talked about, the main products that IVR produces are ball valves, manifold for floor heating, and thermostatic radiator valves. Now, some markets, thermostatics and floor heating are still in a fast developing scenario. So these two products alone, floor heating and thermostatics, are bringing huge benefits if we compare them to old traditional radiator heating systems. On the other side, for some markets, these are not novelties anymore. So in general, I would say that these two products, these two categories of products, are still having a lot of potential in making heating installations more efficient. If we talk about the developed market where floor heating is already installed, the traditional thermostatic heads are all installed, then novelty and efficiency is brought by hydraulic balancing, which is all controllable with an APT device. So each person has all the tools to save energy, to keep the level of comfort that they require, and it's the future basically.
I want to say thank you for this interview, for your answers, and it was interesting dialogues. And I wish you and your company grow business in this year and next years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was an honor to speak to you. You are a celebrity for our kind of industry. So I hope we'll be invited once again by you again. Thank you very much.